Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel for another video. This time we have something really special. I'm going to play a couple games live. Well, recorded live instead of the replay that I usually do. I've been trying to get some good games with the setup in the account, but I've been having quite a few bugs recently, so we're just going to go for a full live game. Which one's this? This is Maren combo. This is Maren. So, believe I have enough to start up a league. Yeah, I do. Sweet. All right. We're gonna play the Breya list still, just in case. Slowly getting there. I've been having a lot of great success in paper recently. I've been tuning my Oloro multiplayer list slightly, but that is not what we're playing today. This is MTGO 1v1 EDH League with Breya. Let's jump over to the play lobby. League constructed. Commander League 89. Not bad. Alright, let's see what we can get. That. Alright, let's join the league. Breya. And let's go with play points. What do we got? Who's going to be our first opponent? As you'll notice, Dots has fallen off the top, I believe. Now that he can no longer play, the Dots is down here at 1. The Vile Special Crown, he's not having much success anymore, to the best of my knowledge. So, Vile Smasher leaving the format, I think, was probably necessary. I imagine that they were going to try to... and I imagine that they're going to continue to try to deal with commanders in a way that they make the deck difficult to play instead of, or harder to be effective, rather than banning a commander outright. Now, notably, there's some exceptions like Zur. So incredibly potent, easy to get out turn 3, sometimes 2, and then attack on turn 3, especially with Ancient Tomb legal. Zur is a very potent commander, and definitely one that deserves a spot on the ban list. And I think they're trying their best, as indicated with the Brainstorm, Preordain, and Ponder bans, to control the archetype of a deck rather than ban a commander outright. And there's good arguments on both sides of the aisle. To me, it says, all right, well, Breya herself might not get banned. I don't think that she's too oppressive, but we'll have to see. But the caveat to that is, if Breya doesn't, one of her pieces will be, if she is on the radar as being potentially too powerful as the build. My biggest worry is that if Breya loses Winter Orb specifically, then the deck is significantly less as strong, just because of the nature of needing Winter Orb in the build to really know that you have that Tezzeret at 5 to pseudo Armageddon your opponent, or a Tezzeret at 5 then -2 to pseudo Armageddon your opponent, or you have your Enlightened Tutor and then next turn you slam Orb after you untap and you don't tap out. There's just lots of things that you can do with specifically Winter Orb that there's no good replacement for, which is also why it would be the linchpin, in my opinion, as to what card to target in the deck. To the best of my knowledge, I don't think any other decks are currently running it. Certainly not Brawl. Sorry, I have a iced tea bottle here also. So it's very interesting to see where it's going to go. So let me see about... So I can shrink that, move this over here. All right, there we go. So I've made, while we're waiting for an opponent, I can talk about some changes I've made. I've updated my Patreon some, like I said I was going to. So I now have, I believe, 3 levels of awards currently. So there is $1 or more per video added to my channel. So every reward, like if you pledge $2 per video, you get all of the ones that are $1 as well. And I only post, do every other one. Oh, we got a match. We'll jump back to the Patreon later. All right. It is going to be that. Full screen. Animar. Alright, so I have a Wasteland draw, no ramp, can't cast. This is an iffy hand. I think I'm going to push this. Deluge is good, but I don't have black mana. Wasteland is potentially good, but if they go Dork, it's not great. I really don't have interaction early. Logic Knot it's not a great counter early. Yeah, I have to ship that, I think. This is definitely better. Because this is a land away from turn 3 Dynamo. That I'll definitely keep that. Island on top. I'm going to keep that because that is the last land that we need to put this into play. No Dork. They got one. They have the best Dork. So Wasteland would only slow us both down, but they still are developing. So I'd rather develop myself, you know? Alright, pass the turn. This could very well be Animar. So this Vampiric Tutor, I think, has to be getting Toxic Deluge. In an ideal world, alright, Wild Growth. So that's mana neutral. Fine. But now that Wasteland would have been much nicer. Gaia's Herald. So do they not have turn 2 Animar? Oh, now I'm really wishing I had that waste. Oh well. So I can fetch blue, red. I'm gonna play Plains here. And Talisman. I'm just gonna protect myself from waste here. Even though I can fetch yet, I don't know if I need to. So let's just not get wasted. My opponent does have Animar mana this turn because that's red plus green plus blue. And that means I can vamp for Toxic Deluge. And if they miss land, I'm in great shape. I can vamp for Toxic Deluge, clear out Herald, one of their mana sources, and Animar. Animar costs 5. They got a land, unfortunately. Alright, so I think it's worth it here. So, Vampiric Tutor. There's a chance Animar decks play counterspells, so being able to do this now when they do not have counters available, short of exactly Force of Will. Alright, where's Toxic? Deluge. And I only have to pay 1 life for this, which is fantastic. So I'm not able to go Thran into Deluge, unfortunately. I'll go Misty because I can get a tap land off that. And we'll pay 1. Goodbye, your board. So now I'm actually rammed out ahead of my opponent. And I feel much better. Gaia's Herald is also notable to remove, so that way I can counter creature spells again. Birthing Pod. I believe it's Birthing Pod. But they have no. So think about how terrible that would have been if they went Birthing Pod, used Bird to pod something away. I'm in very dangerous shape there. All right, so we'll get the Steam Vents because I'm missing red mana. No, I'll not pay life. Brainstorm's no longer the deck, so there's no sense in holding it up. Ooh, that was a hell of a top deck. All right. So now I can sit on FOF, or I can DT. Oh, I should have DT'd for Wasteland there. That was a total mistake. All right, so I'll sit on FOF this round. And I'll Factor Fiction, and then I'll DT Wasteland, kill this Carplusan Forest. Because they won't have Animar mana short of Ancient Tomb this turn. So if they spend all their mana, I definitely FOF in response, make it look like I'm looking for a Force of Will. Or if I see like a Daze, they might split the pile badly because they don't want to be dazed. Gilded Drake. I don't think that works how you think that works. I'm not going to FOF in response because that you can't respond to with pod. Pod is sorcery speed. Activate this ability only time you can cast a sorcery. Alright. Now I'm going to FOF. Absolutely. And I think if I see Crucible, I automatically take Crucible. Ooh, as foretold. So they may give me lands versus spells here. Take the 4 pile. This is 4 land drops here. Definitely going to wasteland my opponent this turn. Take the 3 pile. Yeah, this as foretold is just too juicy. Like, there's so much value in it. Alright. Let's not cast that by accident. Black. 1. I'll Demonic Tutor. I get it. Oh, my opponent concedes. Yep. They might know that Wasteland's incoming at that point. Well, that was a quick game 1. Awesome. Against Scoop Phase. On to game 2. Alright. Let's see what I was talking about. There we go. Alright, so I've added a $1 is you get to interact with me here on Reddit, Twitter. Oh my god. Every time I want to try to do something besides wait up my match timer, I get a match. Alright. Still don't win the dice roll. Alright, I guess I'm making up for my luck of the last league that I posted. Win all the dice rolls there. Bruce, Thrasios. I have the Abyss and lands. Is this good enough? This is so risky. It's so much mana. I only have the Abyss. Is the Abyss good enough against Bruce Thrasios? I think is the question. If I stick it, it's great. If I don't... They mulled. I'll keep it. If they mull 5... because they have to make that decision after I decide if I mull. The Abyss is very good. Alright, so it's just medium good. Dryad Arbor turn 1. And I get to fetch out lands here. Alright, that makes this hand a lot better, actually. Because, so I can go blue, black, and red. I need this to get Tundra. And this to get a black source. So that'll get Tundra. Then I'll play Verdant. I don't want to reveal Ancient Tomb until I have to. And I'm going to fetch out the Noble Hierarch. Much slower start. I'm fetching out the duels because I have a bounce land in my hand. And I'm not sure which one I want to be able to bounce yet. Alright, well, Daze is fantastic draw there. Not that I really want to be dazing something, but it gives me that option. See, the Abyss is going to chew through his mana if my opponent can't develop more onto the board. This Daze, I think I don't do anything to my opponent. I use this to protect the Abyss coming down. Or sandbag it. So this gets Underground Sea. This gets Volcanic Island. My opponent's on blue. They're not going to play Choke. Most likely. I would imagine that they don't play Choke. Flooded Grove. Fine by me. Oath of Gideon. Make 2... Okay. So he's a Super Friends build. Okay. So the Abyss is going to be good at dealing with his commander. No matter what, I get mana off his board here. Or no. He has core. Shucks. Yep. We'll yield to your Exalted trigger. I don't think I'm going to have any responses to Exalted during the course of the game. Let's get the Underground Sea. Vamp. Alright, so that's really good. So, Abyss, black, white, 2. Use that mana. Play the Abyss. Come on, force me. Nope, no force. Alright. So this is going to eat something. Yeah, it eats that. And currently his clock is 2 damage no matter what. So he's gonna have 4 mana here. He's still lacking on the red, so Bruce isn't coming down. Tap out. I think I daze here. I definitely want to keep Underground Sea. Oh yeah, that's getting a Reclamation Sage. I'll bounce my Tundra. So I can vamp on upkeep for Toxic Deluge. And then Deluge is board. Put him down to... Yeah, he's missed mana. Vamp for Deluge. Deluge just wins games, guys. Let it be known. I know I'm taking a lot of damage here, but it has to be done. Let's pay 1 life is the highest toughness. I got to kill one of his lands here. Green Sun's gone. I think he's tied on, and he can't push Thrasios into play because I have the Abyss going. So now I'm in fantastic shape. All right. So I could play Aqueduct here. I like playing Aqueduct to getting Ancient Tomb off the board. I'm just replacing Tomb with a better 2-mana land. And just sitting. I probably should... Oh, I misplayed. I should have put Thran out. At the cost of the life, getting the Thran out is worth it. My opponent can't drain me. It's not in the format anymore. Duretti is a fantastic draw here. So I can play... I don't want to expose this Tundra. I'll play Foothills. Oh, my opponent's just going to concede. Yeah, they can't beat the Abyss into Toxic Deluge clearing their board. There's no way for them to recover their board state and get ahead. They need to get mana ahead, and they're not going to happen. They know I have Ancient Tomb and Tundra still in my hand. They might have conceded just the Thranduil Memo if I cast that. Because I have the mana advantage, Breya will win the game. Alright, let's play another league match. How long is this video going so far? I don't know. I forgot to check the time when we started. I apologize. If you're still with me, maybe turn the speed up a little bit, as long as you can still understand what I'm saying. I do that on most of the videos that I watch that aren't a video game. Alright, so back to my Patreon stuff. So, slide that over. There we go. So, you can talk to me here as well as YouTube, Reddit, and Twitter. I check this every day. When you pledge, the next time that I post a video, I can give you an optional shout out. But if you would rather not, just let me know. And then I'll be posting a few videos on here that are Patreon only stuff. A lot of deck techs and non-gameplay content, but other EDH style content that I think might be appreciated. Maybe I'm thinking most likely set reviews, what I'm looking forward to in further sets, and yeah, I mentioned a little bit here. Most likely stuff I'm working on in paper. I'll probably do a live vid of my paper EDH deck. Maybe I know Brian Weissman did that for his Nin deck. So that's the $1 tier. So the $2 is if you understand the references that I'm making for my username and this stuff, it's from Firefly. So we're moving on to $2 after this game. Join the match. My opponent gonna join. Got a game. Got some action here. So I've been very impressed with having the Abyss in this deck. There we go. I would love to play first. Got a Mox Diamond hand. Oh, exactly the hand I want against Mox Diamond. All right, so I have turn 1 Merchant Scroll. Let's pull up the deck list real quick. So Merchant Scroll for Whir of Invention. For Merchant Scroll for Foff. I don't think I ship this hand. I'm just thinking of what I turn 1 Merchant Scroll for. I definitely keep. Merchant Scroll for Mystical Tutor. Then sit on Spell Snare of Mystical Tutor. I don't know. Let's see. Alright. Badlands. Play Mox Diamond. As much as I would rather pitch the City of Brass, I think I have to save it. I'll pitch this Plains. I should have played the City of Brass, though. I could sit on Logic, not 1, for the inevitable Zergo on turn 1. So let's see. That was a mistake on my part. So Merchant Scroll, Daze, no. Impulse, bad. Counter, no. Spill, Pierce. Vision, not as good. Foff, can't cast it next turn. Work, can't cast it next turn. I think I'd Merchant Scroll for Mystical, or I can just sit on it. Maybe I sit on it. Nah. No, I'm going to get the Mystical, because this means I can get Vamp on my next turn, and then I can go into anything I want. This is, of course, Zergo on turn 1. There's no other play against the Zergo build. I think I want to hold up Spell Snare this turn. Marsh Flats. Alright, so that's a fantastic draw. So that gets me White-Blue Tundra. So I have Mystical and Spell Snare here. And I'll Spell Snare basically anything that my opponent does. I really want to... I think I Mystical for Vamp. Oh, can't Spell Snare that. Alright. Skull Clamp. Oh, brutal. Okay. Prowess Trigger. Do I Logic not that? So I'm punished for not playing the City of Brass because I'd have 3 blue here, and I could Logic not 1. That said, he's not connecting with it this turn. It's just dealing 4 damage to me. Okay. So, definitely fetch. Definitely get Tundra. And we'll Mystical for Demonic Tutor, I think. Nope. Cast Mystical. I get Biforce. Get Bolt. I don't hate getting Bolt either. I think I'm going to get Demonic Tutor. I could also get Force of Will. Maybe Force of Will's better. I'm going to play a little greedy. I'm going to get the Demonic Tutor. As long as I didn't misclick. Because I'm going to play Breya this turn. Black, white, blue, red. Red. Yield to that. This is mostly to stem the beats on the ground. My opponent may have some shatter effect, but I am ahead in the mana department, so I want to be able to levy that. And I'll absolutely block this Swift. Probably Zergo. That doesn't have prowess. I'm going to chump the Swift Spear most likely, if he prowesses it up pre-combat. I took out Shackles from this deck. No, I still play Shackles. Alright. Shackles is an option off this Demonic Tutor if I hit more lands. Right now I'm thinking that I might want Crucible. But Crucible doesn't really get me anywhere. Strip Mine's not in play anymore. Or not in the game anymore. I think I'm going to offer this. Yeah. Searing Blood. Okay. The creature won't die, so he actually won't get to deal 3 damage to me, which is notable. So you'll see I only took the 2 damage from Swift Spear, which is pretty notable. Yeah, you can't replay Zergo off that. Yeah, move that over. Sure. That's a reason to not block that. No, it wouldn't die. Alright, so I'll draw. Scroll Rack. Ooh. No, I'm liking land tax here, but my opponent is not ahead of me yet. I have to DT. I have Logic Knot also, so I can DT, hold up Logic Knot. DT needs to get deck list. Maybe the Abyss again. Like, how does he beat that? He's just straight burn. If I get the Abyss and I just stabilize the board state. Black 1. Yeah, I don't know how you... I don't think he can stabilize with the Abyss in play. He's red. He cannot deal with it. Let's go for it. Can't play it yet. I'm going to sit on this Logic Knot, though. And there's sense in blocking here, especially if he gives me a Prowess trigger. If he doesn't put Prowess pre-combat. Alright, so Trample, Haste, being an event step, Sacrifice. So it's just a 2-mana Lightning Bolt. I don't want to Spell Snare it. I'll take my beats. He most likely is going to move Skull Clamp because he's going to sacrifice it anyway. But that means he won't get to draw off the Swift Spear. Yep. So unless he hits land here, plays land, and then moves it back on the Swift Spear, I'm not punished. Land. These red decks tend to go light on lands, so he didn't get it. So he definitely doesn't know that the Abyss is coming down. I missed combat that turn. No upkeep effects. Ooh, and I get a land. This gets Underground Sea. I don't want to fetch yet, actually, because there's a chance Price or Progress maybe in my future. So I want to play around that as much as I can. Make sure I have black mana. We'll play the Abyss. And we'll beat. And we'll put that on the stack. Lose your Swift Spear. All right, I'm at 16. 2, 4, 6, 8 potential. 6, 7 potential off of Price of Progress. He does have a full hand, so that's notable. I definitely need to put Breya in and try to gain life as soon as I can, or just close out the game. I don't think decks are equipped to deal with the Abyss right now. A lot of decks just seem to fold to it. This is the third game in a row. It's absolutely insane. So I've played this is definitely a longer video. I apologize to you guys. Maybe I'll stop after this is game 3, I believe. Maybe I'll stop after this one. Talk through the rest of my Patreon and then do a final video. Hell's Thunder. Flying Haste. All right, so it's another. Does that have Unearth? Okay, so 4 flying. Oh, it doesn't have Trample. All right, so keep mana up because if he hits a 5th mana, he's gonna Unearth it. So I get domed for 5. Yep. I think I have to fetch here. No, I still have Underground Sea in the deck. I don't need to fetch yet. Island. All right, that's awesome. So I can play that totally safely. I hold up. Is this return? It's a return. Okay, that's a return. So I definitely want to put Breya in. So now this can get Underground Sea. Allow me to fetch, please. To get Scrubland? No. Underground Sea is the choice. Cast. White. Blue. Red. Black. 1, 2. May I have more Thopters, please? Alright, so I'm dead to something like Triple Bolt. And I'm not even going to send here. I want all of my shields up. So that way, if he doesn't kill me this turn, I can respond to... I can hold up Logic Knot, hold up Spell Snare. Flame Slash Breya. Alright, well, it's not damage at my face, so I guess there's that. Unearth, Hellspark, Lightning Strike. What do you got? Bushwhacker. Okay, so he's playing Bushwhacker just to clamp it here. Oh, alright, to collateral damage me. Enlightened Tutor. Let's see. Enlightened Tutor. Palace Jailer doesn't gain me life. I think I have to sit on Logic Knot now. We're going to play out off of this and this, my Scroll Rack. So that way I have Logic Knot and then Scroll Rack activation or Enlightened Tutor Scroll Rack activation if I really need to. I'm going to keep everything back because if he has a double Unearth turn, what's this? 2? It's 2 and 2. I want to be able to triple block and then block one of the other guys. Exquisite Firecraft. Can't be countered. What a brutal line of play. Alright, well played. Yeah, it got me. The Abyss might not have been correct. He might have been more burn heavy. What would have been a better DT play? Palace Jailer, no. Force, by Force, Signet, Feast and Famine. Maybe Thran. Thran might have been correct, because then I can power out my commander. But think about how much damage I would have been taking off Swift Spear all this time. So Thran might not have been correct, actually. We'll see. Oh well, it was a good game. And good on him for playing Burn, the most creative of archetypes. Alright, so the Patreon. $2 is, you get all the previous rewards from the $1. I'm going to be creating a credits page for all of my patrons. And so my name will be in the credits of my videos. I'm working on trying to figure out all of that now before even anyone's on here, just so I know. And and then if you want to send me a tapped out specifically deck list, that I'll be taking a look at it, maybe doing, if I get 3 or 4 of them, I'll do a breakdown video of like 2 or 3 deck lists at a time and talk about what I like, what I don't like. But one of the things to keep in mind when you send that is part of the description should be what your meta is, what your budget is for the deck, and what you want to look to be doing. And if you're really attached to the commander, you probably serves good to mention that, because I'm going to be looking at deck lists that get sent to me through a competitive lens, meaning that the goal is winning. Everything else is secondary to that goal and in support of the initial goal of winning. So that's that. $2 wing, or $2 level, and then the $10 level is going to be. I might edit this price. I think maybe 8. We'll have to see. Because this is higher specifically because it's a much more significant time investment, both on my part and on you guys. So it's all the previous words, and then either on your MTGO or my own, we'll do a Google Hangouts and play some games. I'll record them and I'll post them on YouTube as non-monetized, and I'll post them here on the Patreon as non-monetized. And then if we're on your MTGO account, we don't have to play EDH, and we can play any format you want, and you can have sort of a backseat driver or a co-pilot if you want, similar to the videos Nate and I just did. And you can sort of have a secondary voice going through, helping you analyze the decisions, try to take a more hands-on approach to helping you learn the game a little bit more, or learn how to look at stuff in maybe the way that you're not usually looking at it. So the one thing that I'm back and forth on that's the game. It's just this stuff. This video has nothing to do with this. I don't like how Patreon does this layout. But I'm still deciding if this is going to be like a one-time pledge or if it's going to be a renewing every 3 months or something, or every 2 months, because it really depends on how many patrons want to decide on this thing. Because if I get 10 people that want to do this, that's a lot of time every month to figuring out schedules, figuring out who can video chat or Google Hangouts when, where we're playing, recording the videos. It's a larger time commitment. So that's why this is not like a $3 thing. I'm definitely planning more stuff in between these two, in between the $2 and the $10, but I'm still working on other good rewards. And if you guys think this is a great reward, let me know in the comments down below. Like always, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share the videos to anyone you think might enjoy it. You'll see in the comments down below links to this Patreon page that I've just talked through. and my other social media. You can find me on Reddit at u/keepflying, on my Twitter at untaplandpass, and if you're ever on Moto, at the same username, Keepflyin. If you ever want to jam some games, I'm always down. Don't forget to tell me what misplays I made in the comments down below. I'm here to get better. I'm here to help you guys get better, guys and girls get better. And this conversation's a format. This channel is about having a conversation about the format that we all love, and being better at it and getting better at it, and doing that pursuit of how can we win? How can we build the best deck that we possibly can? All right. Thanks for watching. As always, I'll see you all in the next one.